Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sean Davis, and I'm glad to see you today, man. I know you guys have been following my journey with my weight loss. So I've got 100 pounds that I've lost, okay, completely. But that was since age 36. But recently I've lost 36 pounds, and dude, I attribute it to freaking GLP-1 type peptides. I'm on retatrutide. But I do have a company that is a research peptide company, and so what I wanted to do today is, you guys have heard from me, and so I've took me about 4 months, and I lost 36 pounds, but like went way below what I've ever thought that I went. I got to my high school weight of junior year. I have literally been haven't been below 205 pounds since I was a senior in high school, which was 1990, dude. So go back to 1990, 89, when I was like 17 years old, I was less than 200 pounds. So right now I'm 183. And so these peptides are amazing. They really they have a plethora of benefits. So there's a narrative out there that they're risky and all this stuff. And I'm first of all here to tell you that there's amazing benefits. This thing always gets weird when I start flashing stuff because it like doesn't know where I am. Right here, dude. There we go. And so I have they have a bunch of benefits, but what I wanted to tell you is that what they do is we all have this. Our hypothalamus has this range where it wants to keep you in. So your hypothalamus is part of your brain, and it keeps you regulated. Like that keeps your temperature regulated. Like that's why when it's 30 degrees outside, your body doesn't go down 30 degrees, because you have you have a thermometer inside you that goes to the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus starts increasing your calorie expenditure and stuff like that to warm up and keep your body in a range. You can't go up and down. Like that's why when you have a fever, it's really dangerous. Or if your temperature gets too low, right, you freeze and you die. So, in other words, it's got to keep you regulated. What also does this with your body fat, like big time, and it's proven. And they can go in the hypothalamus actually. So it's a part of your brain that keeps you regulated. And what it does is it keeps you in a range. So that's why you can always lose like 10 pounds or whatever, but then come back up. But you can't lose like 40 pounds and keep it off, or 50 pounds and keep it off, because your hypothalamus will bring you back up. It wants to keep you regulated. It actually has like you have a body weight set point, and it keeps you in that range. If you go below that range, dude, it turns on the triggers, and holy smokes, dude. And they found that they could actually burn these parts of the lesions on rats. It's called part of the hypothalamus. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's like I might have it. I was just looking it up. But what is it called? I don't have it right now. But on rats, and these rats will literally eat all of the food. So in other words, if you take this part of the hypothalamus away, these rats will eat all the food, and they will also eat like freaking cushions and like cardboard and stuff like that to try to gain weight until they're freaking become obese, and then it levels off. So there's stuff in your brains, and so this is what these things work on. And so these lower your body weight set points to like new levels that you never thought you could reach before. So anyways, I wanted to read you guys some of the statements, and then I'll just tell you about the couple peptides that we offer. So the way I have a research peptide company, we manufacture these peptides, and then we have them tested and all that. So I know that exactly what the strength is, exactly what the purity is, and all that. So there's no question about that. And the way that I'm allowed that, so the way that I have them is they're for research purposes only. But I also have, as you become a customer, it's called a private members associate. It's called a PMA. It's a contractual agreement. So my company isn't actually a public company. It's only for members. So kind of like a members only club. And so as members in the agreement, so it's a contractual agreement that we are doing a private sale. So what we're doing is private. It's not in the public domain. I'm not selling these in public. I'm selling these to members of my club who all have signed an agreement, a contractual agreement that we that constitutionally is held up by the Constitution, that says that we have the right to talk about things that we're interested in, and things that are beneficial to us, and about our health and stuff like that. But and so we're actually not like so anyways, I don't want to get too technical on it, but we are it's a legal framework that allows me to do this. So it's very, very cool. And so everybody who buys these from me is a member. So it's not like anybody can come buy it. You have to become a member. Becoming a member is free. But you sign a thing that's saying, an agreement that says that this is going to be private between us. And then I can give, we can talk about the different peptides and all that. What I wanted to do today was, first of all, give you so you've seen my success. So I went, dude, I've never had abs in my life. I'm sitting here in the thing, right in my chair, and I have abs. I've never had them in my life. You can ask Nikki, right, Nikki? Dude, like I was like, used to be buff and stuff like that. Dude, no abs though, ever. Like my whole life. And so this has really brought me down to a level. But so I wanted to read just what other people have said. So in other words, I've had some people who've been on them now a couple months, right? I'm one of the only so we have I have 4 GLP-1 peptides that we sell. And these are for weight loss, and I sell mostly 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗫 and retatrutide. Now I'm on something called retatrutide. 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗫 is FDA approved. Retatrutide is in phase 3 trials, not FDA approved yet. And that won't happen until 2026. So like Eli Lilly has Mounjaro, that's 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗫. And then Eli Lilly also has made retatrutide, which is will be available by doctors and clinics in 2026, but nobody has it. Basically, like I'm the market for this, and I'm one of the only people who's ever taken it who's not in the trial. So in other words, people who are in the trial have been in the trial maybe like, I just saw somebody posted during the phase 3 trial, like 49 weeks or 50 weeks. They've been on it the longest, and I've been on it for 17 weeks. So in other words, there's some people who've been on it for 50 weeks. That's it in the whole world ever. Like no doctors, nothing. But the thing about retatrutide is it's had the most weight loss ever seen on the planet Earth in any sort of trials in the history of the world. Like there's nothing. The only thing that comes close to it is bariatric surgery. And there's all sorts of health benefits that have come with it. So it's not like, oh, it's dangerous, dude. It wipes out fatty liver disease. It increases your it reduces your risk of heart attack. It improves your cholesterol. It improves your blood pressure. It improves your kidney function. It wipes out fatty liver disease. It improves your addiction. It improves your brain. It improves your inflammation. There's a bunch of different things. So anyways, but what I wanted to do is just read you guys a few of these. So that's it. And then, so I also have 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗫. These are the two that I sell 95% of what people buy are 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗫 and retatrutide. And so retatrutide is not FDA approved, has the most weight loss. 𝗧𝗶𝗫 is FDA approved and has the most weight loss out of anything that is FDA approved at this point. If that makes sense. So, very exciting stuff. They, so let me talk about just like some of my clients, things, my client, what they've accomplished. So I'm just gonna switch this screen. All right, let's go here. This is an email, okay? Thank you, sir. Having good results so far. Week 1, down 8 pounds, eating higher protein, lower carb, but most importantly, the food noise is significantly down. Also, thanks for the video regarding the dosage. Okay. So this person actually is on retatrutide. Okay. So let me go to I've got something up somewhere. Let me see if I can pull it up. I know I got my Facebook stuff up. Okay, here. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. So check this out. So these are just some different things I want to read. So dude, it literally changed our lives. That makes me so happy. This is me. It did the same for me. Bro, I was 255 with titties. Misery was about to set in. This is what they said. The same person is right here, and they said, I'm at 240, lost 15 pounds. That's the same person. They're taking retatrutide. It's a male. Okay, this person right here, this person's on retatrutide. This is a female, going great, meant to reach out, already lost 4 pounds. This is in the first week. The food noise diminished literally within 2 hours of first dose. This is another person. This week, I am down 7 pounds, and this person's on tirzepatide. This person's also is a male of the 7-pounder. This person is also a male. And I think this is about 10 days in. Yes, my cravings are non-existent, down 10.9 pounds, so 11 pounds. Okay. This person's on tirzepatide also. Dude, just jabbed my second week shot, down 8 pounds this week. This person right here is on tirzepatide. This is a female. I'm right at 15 pounds lost from my first shot on June 1st. Okay. And so that's 15 pounds lost. That's a female. Going good, down 15 pounds total. This lady's on retatrutide, down 15 pounds total. Feel really good. I used to crave sugar like crazy and not anymore, eating less, but still feel energized. Retatrutide. And then this is a female. Dude, I am pumped. This is the only thing that has ever gotten me below 162. And if you look at the scale there, it says 159. So these are some of the those are just, I wanted to guys read you guys a few of those statements just so you can see, you know, what other people, what other kind of results other people are having. Now, I haven't had anybody who has said like, hey, I haven't lost weight whatsoever. I haven't had anybody unhappy. And so anyways, the things work like amazing. And so what I just want to give you guys some context of what's happening, and then tell you about the two different ones that are basically, so I offer semaglutide, which is Ozempic, tirzepatide, which is also called Mounjaro, retatrutide, which is the third one. And so these are all GLP-1s. So if you think about it, I always I say they're like kind of like cell phones. Like Ozempic's like a BlackBerry. It's the first technology that would help you lose weight, and it has one gut hormone called GLP-1, which is really good gut hormone, but they blast you with it. So they only have one gut hormone, so they blast you with it, which sometimes causes some side effects like nausea and gastric issues and stuff like that. So they came out with, Eli Lilly came out with another one called tirzepatide, which has two. So it has GIP and GLP-1. GIP is another gut hormone. So GLP-1 is in the lower intestine, in your L cells of your lower intestine. It tells you you're full. It has all sorts of other benefits, but tells you you're full. So tirzepatide has two now. So they lower the GLP-1. Remember I said Ozempic kind of gives you some problems? It's because it's so much GLP-1. So what they did is now they combined something called GIP. GIP is produced in your duodenum. So you have it's like at the top, like your stomach, and then as the food hits your duodenum, and then it goes into your large intestine and then your small intestine. So your GIP is a peptide produced in your duodenum, which is right before it hits right at the bottom of your stomach. So you have in tirzepatide, you have the GIP and you have GLP-1, and so you have less GLP-1 and a ton of GIP. And GIP helps also with adipose fat tissue. It actually has an antiemetic effect, which is an anti-nausea effect. So you're less nausea, you have less side effects, you have more weight loss. So the average weight loss with Ozempic is 15% of your body weight. You think of somebody who's 200 pounds, they go down to 170. You think of somebody who is with tirzepatide. Now, I sell a lot of tirzepatide and I sell a lot of retatrutide. I don't sell very much semaglutide. With tirzepatide, it is you lose 20% of your body weight is the average, right? And this is in studies. This is studies, so you can look up the studies and all that. Just look up I think it's called the 𝗧𝗏 trial. But just look up the tirzepatide studies, right? And then there's the third one, which is not FDA approved yet, but is in phase 3 trials, is retatrutide. That adds 3 gut hormones. So it adds the same thing as tirzepatide. It has GIP, which is your in your duodenum, upper like lower stomach, and then also GLP-1, but it adds a third one called glucagon. And so the glucagon really adds another effect to it, which is it burns calories. So the other ones basically kind of help you lose weight by stopping you from eating so much. And so you don't eat as much. It's just your brain. They work on your brain. They work on your body. They work on that. They work on your hypothalamus. So your hypothalamus has this regulatory system to it where it keeps you in a certain range. And these things work on those. So these, just like your body temperature, if your body temperature, it could be 30 degrees outside, it could be 110, you stay at the same within a degree of your body temperature because your hypothalamus freaking makes your body, regulates your body like a thermostat. Well, you also have that for your body weight, right? And so these things regulate your body weight. You have a body weight set point, and that's why you can only lose a certain amount of weight. But these also work on the brain. So what 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 does is it has an energy manager. So it also is an appetite suppressant, so you don't eat as much. It's not so strong as the other ones. So the other, like tirzepatide, is really strong in appetite control. 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 isn't as strong, but when you eat on 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, you get full. So it's not like you don't want to eat ever, but you'll eat and you're like, oh, I'm good, man. You'll have like the appetizer and you're like, oh man, I'm full. And so you eat a lot less, but it has an energy manager. It's called glucagon, which is always it's burning your brown fat. It's pulling sugar from your liver. And so it has this 30 to 35% of the weight loss. So it has the most weight loss ever seen. So it had in the trials, it was 24% weight loss was the average, and that was in 48 weeks. Whereas like in tirzepatide, it was 72 weeks that people lost 20%. So a year and a half, they lost 20% of their body weight. Whereas with 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, in less than a year, they lost 24% of body weight, and they were still losing. In other words, it didn't plateau. Like they were still losing. So it's crazy. I've used that. It's amazing. So let me, I just want to go over, there's a few things here. So what I have is just I have a printout, and these are just, sorry, man, I dropped this. Sorry, I dropped this. These are just, proven. So these are proven, studied benefits from these GLP-1s. So number one is reduction of obesity. Dude, 75% of people are overweight, 45% are obese in the United States. Significant weight loss. We've already talked about that. So reduction of obesity. Number two, reversal of fatty liver disease is reversal. So 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃, the one that I'm on, actually in their trials, they had people with fatty liver disease and they documented, and 93% of them at the end of it had zero fatty liver, like an undetectable level. They didn't have fatty liver. It wasn't like it reduced their fatty liver and they still had it. Like they weren't in the condition that was called a fatty liver condition. It's called NAFL, a non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And like 30% of the population has this. Okay. Reduction in heart attacks. And actually, tirzepatide just did a trial for heart failure, people with low ejection fraction. I actually have this low ejection fraction. I couldn't be a firefighter anymore because they found that I had a low ejection fraction. I was at risk for heart failure. And it reduced it by 38%. Nothing reduces it by 38%. Tirzepatide. So heart attacks. So dude, we just said reduction of obesity, reduction of fat, reversal of fatty liver disease, reduction in heart attacks. So number 4 is reduction in strokes. Decrease incident in strokes. Number 5, reduction in brain inflammation. So neuroinflammation, your brain. These things are really active in your brain. They're really good for people with Parkinson's. They're finding dementia. They're doing all these studies right now on these type of medications. Reduction in addictive alcohol consumption. Improvement in type 2 diabetes. Reduction in blood pressure. Improvement in cholesterol levels. Reduction in triglycerides, which is your triglyceride levels. Reduction in appetite. So a lot of people just literally have an appetite they can't control. Reduces that. Improvement in glycemic control, which stabilizes your blood sugars. Reduction in inflammation markers, so inflammation everywhere, reduced. Improvement in kidney function. Reduction in A1C levels. That's a diabetic, that's a diabetic marker. Reduces that. Improvement in cardiovascular health. General improvement in overall heart health. reduction in risk of heart failure. We already talked about that. Improvement in sleep apnea. 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗃 reduced the events in sleep apnea. So, the events in sleep apnea is you're waking up, like you stop breathing and stuff, and you have to wear a mask. So their only thing that they don't have any medications for sleep apnea. There's none. Zero. There's zero. And 𝗧𝗶𝗍𝗃, which is the strongest FDA approved weight loss med, just by the way, and also reduces heart failure 38%, reduces sleep apnea by 66% events. So in other words, you might have like 300 events in a night, and if you did that, you would have 140 or whatever, right? Instead of 300, which nothing on the planet has done. In fact, the stocks for the CPAP machines went down like 20% when that new study came out. So, enhanced satiety means you feel fuller, faster. I talked about that. Reduction in liver enzymes. So, lowered levels of liver enzymes indicative of liver stress. So, you have a less stressed liver on these medications. Improvement in endothelial function, so a better vascular endothelial function. Reduction in blood clots. Reduction in retinopathy progress, which is diabetic retinopathy. Improved PCOS system, polycystic ovary syndrome. Reduction in intraabdominal fat. Dude, check it out. I'm a freaking poster boy for that. Something has happened on my screen. Okay. Does that make sense? So, improvement in gastrointestinal function, reduction in cancer, dude. Potentially lowers the risk of 13, dude, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 13 cancers, including colorectal cancer, breast cancer, and pancreatic cancer. Improvement in mental health, reduction in neuropathic pain. These are people with neuropathy. Dude, I'm on number 29. Okay, there's 50 of these. Improvement in exercise capacity, ability to exercise, like the capacity you have to exercise is improved. Reduction in joint pain, psoriasis severity, the skin disease, immune function improved, migraine frequency reduced, hormonal imbalances reduced, cognitive function up, respiratory issues reduced, urinary incontinence reduced, GERD symptoms reduced, bone health improved, reduction in fibromyalgia symptoms. This is number 41, dude. Improvement in skin health, improvement in hair growth, reduction of metabolic syndrome markers, improvement, this is number 45, improvement of chronic pain management, reduction of ADHD symptoms, improvement in fertility. They call them Ozempic babies. Reduction in menstrual irregularities, improvement in physical mobility, and reduction of cardiovascular mortality, dude. Those are 50 known benefits, dude. There's 800 plus studies. These have been around since 2004. Just in case you think they're new, they've been around since 2004, and they're probably the most studied thing on the planet right now because they're doing so much, so many good things. So anyways, guys, I wanted to make this video and just show you, first of all, what's happened with me. Okay, so I use diet and exercise to get, so I've lost 100 pounds, dude. I used diet and exercise to get me from 283 to 120 to 220. I stayed there for 15 years. Diet, exercise, boot camps, freaking jump rope, boxing, freaking sit-ups, yeah, sprints, eating, dude, keto, carnivore, no carbs, dude. Dude, 220, 220, 220, 215, 210, 220, 225. This is my weight. Boom, I'm in that freaking range. There's the body weight set point. I get on the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃. I stopped doing cardio because I tore my Achilles tendon, and I dropped from 220 to 183. And I've been under 200 pounds since 1990, dude. It wasn't even a thought. Like, I thought maybe I'd get down to 205 on this stuff, and I just feel incredible. I've never had abs in my life. So this is my story, but I wanted to read you guys a few of the people's stories that are here and just kind of tell you a little bit about the two different things. the different things, but mostly people take, I mean, just the most popular ones are 𝗧𝗶𝗿𝗃𝗃 and retatrutide. And again, 𝗧𝗶𝗃𝗃 is FDA approved, has all sorts of benefits, is 2 gut hormones, and retatrutide is, so like if you think about Ozempic as a BlackBerry, I didn't quite finish that thought. It's the old tech. 𝗧𝗶𝗃𝗃 is like the iPhone 15, is it? The new one that's out, right? So that's the new, like the current best one. And retatrutide is like the iPhone 20. It's coming in a couple years, and it's got more features that are even better. So anyways, guys, keep kicking butt. I hope this helped educate you a little bit, and I will talk to you guys later.